All right, everyone, it's time to talk about Venezuela. Yes, indeed. War with Venezuela. Would this be a good idea? My answer is unequivocally no. I do not believe that it would be a good idea to go to war with Venezuela. This has been spoken of. I have a feeling that mostly it's liberals pretending that the Trump administration wants to fuck over Maduro. There have been some comments by the Trump administration, by the way, that have been, fairly warmongering towards the Venezuelan administration. I am not unamenable to the idea of ousting Maduro. Just to be clear, I'm not going to defend a fucking commie. That's not going to happen. Believe it or not, your favorite Sticks is not a fan of communism and socialism, which is literally just a stepping stone to communism anyway, so we'll just get past that. That being said, the idea of staging a land invasion of Venezuela, I do not think that would be a good idea. It's perfectly fine to blow boats out of the water in order to stop the drug trade. I have no problem with this. The fact that the Trump administration is finally taking initiative to do this, actually, in my opinion, is a very good thing, and there's nothing that Venezuela can do about it. Now, what are they going to do? They're going to attack our planes? They're going to attack our ships? Yeah, that'll go over real well because your Navy and your Air Force are deficient. I don't think that that would work very well. We, meanwhile, rule the goddamn seas. We've got the goddamn U.S. Marines down there. Fuck yourselves. You're going to lose. If you try to engage our ships, you will lose massively. Not only will your ships be sunk into the sea, probably tens of thousands of people will die. So it's probably not a good idea to do that, just saying. That being said, though, the United States does not need to use its military force against foreign countries. At this moment, we have a problem. We have several problems in the world. We have a problem with China and Taiwan. The answer is, of course, to militarize their population. Nobody's going to attack them when, you've got 10 million rifles aiming in the opposite direction. It's probably not a good idea to invade them. We've got a problem with Russia v. Ukraine, which we've stupidly gotten involved in under the Biden administration. I believe in parsing ourselves out from this and not being further involved. Trump and I say this unfortunately, is interested in continuing that particular fight. The Russians have been beaten to a standstill, but at the same time, we've wasted a shit ton of money doing that. As far as Venezuela goes, though, we're talking about cartel boats. We're not talking about an actual invasion or anything like that. We're talking about drug shipments. Well, then just blow them out of the water. We've been doing that anyway. It works pretty well. Yeah, and eventually they will probably look askance to trying to do that again because they will realize they're no longer getting a return on investment. Keep in mind, crime, terrorism, everything like that, it dwells upon the concept of risk versus reward. So if I think that I can run $50 million of hard drugs into your country and get away with it, maybe it makes sense to run the hard drugs in your country. But if there's a good chance that I get torpedoed or that a rocket comes out of the air and kills me, I'm probably much more reluctant to do so. That's basically what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with psychotic actors. You've got to understand. We're dealing with sane actors when it comes to cartel activity. These people plan everything beforehand. They go forth expecting some sort of return, etc., etc. If they do not believe that they're going to get a return, if they believe, hey, there's a better than 50-50 chance that we just get fucking bullseyed out of the water, the drugs will never even make it to shore, they will stop carrying the drugs. What I think is that the Trump administration should keep up exactly what it's doing. Bullseye the fucking ships, blow them out of the water, then just go home. Yeah, we don't need to do anything else. There's absolutely no need In a million years, I would never support a land invasion of Venezuela. It wouldn't make any sense. Not in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, let's go and bog ourselves down and, lose thousands of men when we're already getting the job done for much, much cheaper means. We're already bullseyeing the ships. There's no reason to go into Venezuela. It makes absolutely no sense. So when I saw that the Trump administration supposedly was, qualifying this particularity, I was like, well, that really sucks. That would be really, really bad. I have a feeling, though, and this is the good part. I have a feeling that the legacy media is just proclaiming that the Trump administration is optioning strikes within Venezuela, without actually optioning them at all. That is, that it's effectively nothing more than legacy media propaganda, which we've seen over and over for years now, actually. And I have a feeling that that's basically what we're seeing here. I don't think that Donald Trump is actually interested in attacking Venezuela. If you attack the ships, they're coming from Venezuela. They're coming into our territorial waters, clearly with malintent. We know this, so we don't need any further exploration into this particular subject. Then go ahead and bullseye them. Go ahead, bomb them. Destroy them completely. I think that it's a wonderful time. It's wonderful watching those boats pop off, by the way, when they blasted into the stratosphere because they're fucked up, and they've been fucked up for a little while. When you've got that many drugs in your boat, I guess you get high before you die. Yeah, well, at least you went out with dignity, I suppose. That's perfectly fine. It's not a good idea to attack the Venezuelan mainland. Right now, we have effectively diplomatic immunity when you think about it. We're attacking things in international waters that are quite clearly marked for coming to the United States. We know this. It's not exactly a surprise. We know that they're bringing drugs. Again, we're against the drug war, but at the same time, there is one that is still going on. If you are going to fight that drug war, it makes a lot more sense to take out the boats than to attack the mainland. I don't understand why that would be necessary, number one, since we're already prevailing, and number two, why it would be a good idea. I just can't fathom it myself. I think that would be a terrible idea. So I'm hoping that Donald Trump shows restraint, keep killing the people on the boats, blast them out of the goddamn water, get rid of as many of them as you can, and eventually they will learn it's not a good idea to do this. Hey, last time I got on a boat, I lost both of my arms. Maybe this time I'll lose both of my legs. That's probably a bad idea. That would be a positive outcome. Dissuade them from running the fucking drugs in the first place, and there's no problem. Everything works out fine. You don't need to invade Venezuela. That's the shittiest idea that I've ever heard, which is why the legacy media is fomenting it, because they want the Trump administration to fail. Donald, don't invade Venezuela. It's not a good idea. Keep picking off the boats. People will complain diplomatically. Who cares? Me, that's for sure. I'm sure that Donald Trump doesn't care either. That's about all. Peace out.